Hello, this is Evangelist Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr. And yes, I have the right to call myself doctor. And I'm calling myself doctor because I have a Ph.D. in religion, a doctor of philosophy in religion, and yes, I have an honorary doctor divinity degree as well from the Universal Life Church. And to shut you up once and for all, it is legal and it is binding. Check out. Why don't you check out the California laws before you start running your mouth? Because that's all you want to do is run your mouth and try to say, well, people like me who goes to the Universal Life Church and become ordained do not have the right to call themselves doctor when we do have the right to call ourselves doctor under the California higher education law. The law, people, the law says we can. So here, I just found the laws pertaining to doctorate degrees in the state of Ohio under 33-1-02, 33-105, 33-107. Those are the Ohio laws. Now, here is the laws pertaining to higher education of religious degrees from every state, but especially those states no person, school, board, association, or corporation shall operate a program or institution of higher learning unless it is licensed or accredited by the Board of Governors of Higher Education, nor shall it confer any degrees unless it has been accredited in accordance with this section. Oh, right here. California. Here's California. What California says. Non-profit religious corporations, which that is what the Universal Life Church is, limited to the principles of the church, religious degrees only. The diploma must refer to religious nature of the degrees, must register annually. And Ohio, of course, is different. In Ohio, basically, you have to go to a Bible college or a Bible institute, and the only kind of degree you can get is religion or theology, or any kind of degree in religion. Cannot be identified as associate, bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degrees. So they, in the state of Ohio, you really cannot go to a college in the state of Ohio and earn a degree, really only a diploma or certificate of studies, religious studies. You cannot, they cannot put on the diploma or the degree that is an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctoral degree. When was the last time that that the state of Ohio thought it could play God or be the head over a church or a religious organization? Excuse me, I thought the Constitution of the state of Ohio, and also the United States of America does not allow that. But see, there are laws and agencies in each state that limits what a church can do and what a church cannot do. In my opinion, that is not constitutional. That is unconstitutional to limit a church body from saying, hey, you've studied and you earned a degree. But see, the state of Ohio cannot deny other states' laws and degrees. It's just basically what a lot of people think in their minds, what is accepted and what is not accepted. Even though the laws say they are accepted, hang on a second, I'm looking up something here on the computer before I go back to the laws. I have the Constitution written down in paper. That ain't what I'm looking for. There we go. I think, no, that isn't what I want. Oh, shoot, that isn't what I'm looking for either. Sorry, I'm just looking up here. Well, long story short, I have it in another book I got in my bedroom, the Constitution of the State of Ohio. And in the Constitution of the State of Ohio, it states that, especially when it comes to religious education, that the State of Ohio cannot interfere with someone's religious beliefs or their choice of education, even if it's a religious education. Now here is what the California CA Education 94739B states. A non-profit institution owned, controlled, and operated and maintained by a bona fide church, religious denomination, or religious organization comprised of multidenominational members in the same well-recognized religious, lawfully operated as non-profit religious corporation pursuant to Part 4. I'm not going to read all that. Of the Corporations Code if the education is limited to instruction in the principles of the church, religious denominations or religious organizations, or of course offered pursuant to section. Then it goes with the codes again. And the diploma or degree is limited to evidence of completion of that education, and the meritorious. Wait, hang on. I lost my place. Sorry. And the merits recognition upon which any honorary, see right there, it says honorary degree is conferred, is limited to the principles of that church, religious denomination, or religious organization. Institutions operating under this paragraph shall offer degrees and diplomas only in the beliefs and practices of the church, religious denomination, or religious organization. And then it goes on saying some more stuff about the degrees and diplomas. But down here, it says degrees awarded under the paragraph shall reflect the nature of the degree title, such as associates or religious status, or bachelor of religious status, or masters of divinity, or doctor of divinity. The use of the degree titles associate arts, associate of science, bachelors of arts, or bachelors of science, masters of arts, or masters of science, or doctor of philosophy, or Ph.D. shall only be awarded by institutions approved to operate under Article 8. And it goes on talking some more here about the California law. In Ohio, it's different. And like I said, in the state of Ohio, only a Bible college or Bible institute can issue degrees and diplomas. And those degrees basically are limited courses of instruction to religious, theology, participation of a religious vocation, or is operated by a church religious organization, and limits its infractions to preparation of service to church or other religious organizations. So is my degrees legal? Am I legally allowed to call myself doctor? Yes. I can legally call myself doctor. If you don't like it, I don't care. Right there's the laws. And the Universal Life Church is going under the California law. If you don't like it, take the Universal Life Church back to federal court. The problem is, you just want to run your blank sucker You think you're a big bad man because you was in the army, paratrooper, jumped and broke your ankles. I think you broke your spirit too, because Let me tell you something. Only Satan the devil is an accuser of the brethren, and you are constantly accusing me. And here's what gets me too. You're holding yourself up to be a medical doctor, and you're not a medical doctor. You're not a doctor whatsoever, and I have the authority to turn you in. But before I do that, because in your post that you posted, you think I should just eat a vegetable diet, a plain, pure and simple vegetable diet, no meats whatsoever, no protein in my diet, like my real medical doctor told me to do, because I'm a diabetic. Okay? Diabetic. Get it? Diabetics have to have protein in their diet. Excuse me. Lord, help this man, please. Lord, help this man that's been constantly calling me out on my YouTube videos, more or less calling me a liar, calling the Universal Life Church out and saying that really they cannot issue degrees when they clearly can issue degrees, unless you can prove that the Universal Life Church isn't licensed with the state of California, which I bet you will not be able to prove that. Who are you that think that you can go against a church, an established church that's been established since 1959? Who do you think you are, except Satan the devil and his demons? And yes, the Bible says in the last days we will be fighting against Satan and his demons. That's why we're supposed to put on the whole armor of God. And that's what I'm doing. Excuse me, I gotta do something. I was wanting to talk to somebody about, religious degrees of another state. Okay, thanks. I'm calling the Ohio Board of Regents.
Ohio Board of Regents, this is Matt.
Yeah, hello. This is Reverend Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr. I've been ordained through the Universal Life Church since 1989, and I've been studying not just their books that they've sent me in the mail, but I've been studying, of course, the Bible and other books I've ordered, and also books I've had to get at the library and things of that nature. And well, the first off, they offer an honorary Doctor of Divinity degree, which under the California laws they can do. And then, of course, then they offer academic degrees. They offer a master's degree in religion, and they offer a doctor of philosophy in religion. And I took those courses and studied and took tests and passed those courses and earned those degrees. And there's been a lot of people that thinking that, basically, even though they're in compliance of California laws, basically, people's thinking that my degrees are not real. They're not legal and binding, even though they fought in U.S. District Court, and the U.S. District Court said they have the right to issue degrees. So, long story short, I'm wondering if there's anything in Ohio law other than the 3333 section that I've looked at that could help me out to point out to people that the religious degrees of these, like I have, are.
What was the name of the institution? I'm sorry, I missed that.
It's a church. It's Universal Life Church.
Okay. Let me just Google them, and if to find out if they're an accredited degree or not, we'll have to just to Universal.
Let's see. They state that their degrees are accredited by the International Accreditation Agency.
Okay.
And I wrote the U.S. Department of Education a letter a while back. It's been a few years ago, and got a letter back from them stating that, well, they even though they don't or did not register with them, that doesn't mean that they're not legal. They more or less stated that there's a lot of accreditation agencies out there that don't register because of the fact that they're religious and they don't want to be associated with the government.
Oh, okay. Well, since the Ohio Board of Regents, we haven't reviewed this school and their programs.
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with them, so in terms of whether your degree's accredited or not, until I can look around and read about the institution, I really can't comment at this time. But yeah, you're in terms of the Ohio Revised Code, you did name the statute that outlines, basically the regulation and oversight of higher education in the state. And in terms of these out-of-state institutions, they wouldn't have to be authorized by the chancellor if your degree can be completed entirely online.
Yeah. Well, back when I took them, there wasn't the internet, and I took them solely through the mail. And
Sure. So we, that's something that is not, we're not able to regulate that. Those institutions are exempt from authorization. So in terms of your degrees that you've attained from that institution, I can't comment at this time if they're, how in terms of being recognized. You said that they may even be exempt from U.S. DOE regulation. So, this is kind of unique to me. I don't really have an answer at this time. I would need to look at them.
It's just, there's a lot of people that don't want to recognize them because they're basically religious degrees, and they want to, more recognize the academic degrees over the religious degrees. But even though, they are compliant with the California codes, they tell people, well, now, you've earned a degree of title doctor, you can call yourself doctor, and but then there's a lot of people constantly coming down on me on my YouTube videos because I call myself doctor, and there's some people coming down on me and saying that you shouldn't be calling yourself doctor. I keep trying to tell them this place is compliant with California law, and I could call myself doctor, but they're still constantly coming down on me hard about this issue, and they don't even really want to believe that Universal Life Church is a real church. But it's just, to me, it's more of people's own perceptions on what is real and what is not real. And even though, you know, they are real, it was established in 1959, and they've, you know, had to fight for their existence ever since.
So I'm on their website, and I'm reading. I'm in their frequently asked questions section that says ULC degrees can accredited. I understand that the ULC degrees are accredited. By whom are they accredited, and what can I do with one? It says the Universal Life Church issues several degrees, and all degrees are issued by the church or recorded in the permanent church records. The degrees convey rank, title, or status within the church. They do not convey academic standing or achievement. They are accredited by the International Accrediting Association, which is the accreditation arm of the church. This means that the course, degree, or title has been approved and endorsed by the IIA with authority by the board of directors. If you have questions related to the issuance of church degrees and titles, you should contact them.
Yeah, I've...
Conversations with the church?
What's that?
Have you had conversations with the church and or the California, whatever the California entity is that regulates higher education?
Yeah, I have, and of course they've told me that, well, the church have told me they basically really don't care what other people think, you know, and I can't really get information on the Accreditation Association or getting any, like, a phone number or anything to contact them. But I have the that code that from California, all that information.
And does the state of California recognize them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Even the U.S. They had to go. They had to go back in I think it was 69 to the U.S. District Court out there in California, and the U.S. District Court had recognized their right to issue degrees.
Okay. Well, since, you know, they would have no regulation with us, it's really kind of hard for me to comment on them. I would defer to their accreditor and then the state in which they are operating, which would be California. So, you know, really, the answer in Ohio is that they're not authorized, but they would maybe be exempt because they're just offering distance education courses, and we don't authorize out-of-state institutions that offer distance ed. So,
okay.
The only information that I would have on them, yeah.
All right, I just was wondering. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, yep.
Bye. So there you have it from the border regions that I called. And you have it right from there, basically the horse's mouth. Well, listen, I gotta get off here. Got some things to do. I am a doctor according to the Higher Education Code of California. Basically, the Universal Life Church is exempt from filing in the state of Ohio, and exempt from filing with the U.S. Department of Education. God bless you and have a blessed day.